There's a moment that almost nobody talks about. It doesn't happen at a party. There's no champagne, no one's clapping. It happens in silence. You're sitting in a parking lot, maybe outside a Walgreens, maybe after work. You open your phone, check your investment account, and there it is, $100,247. And instead of excitement, you feel still, almost frozen. Because after years of grinding, saving, saying no, skipping things, delaying gratification, you're not asking, what can I buy? You're asking, what do I do now? That quiet moment, that's not the finish line. That's the moment the physics of your financial life changes. There's a quote that sounds harsh, but it's one of the most honest truths about money. The first $100,000 is a bitch, but you've got to do it. That's not just attitude, that's math. Because the first 100,000 is where everything is working against you. Your income is limited, your investments are small, compounding is barely visible, and discipline feels like sacrifice. You are pushing a boulder uphill, slowly, painfully. But what nobody tells you is this: you are inches away from the top. There's a concept in math and physics called an inflection point. It's the moment where something stops resisting and starts accelerating. That's exactly what $100,000 is. Before this point, growth feels invisible. After this point, growth becomes inevitable. Let's look at what actually happens. From $0 to $100,000, it takes about 7.8 years. 100K to 200K, 5.1 years. 200K to 300K, 3.8 years. 300K to 400K, 3.0 years. Same $100,000 added each time, but the time it takes, cut almost in half. Why? Because something powerful just entered the system. At $100,000, something changes. Your money starts working. If your portfolio grows at around 7% annually, that's $7,000 per year. And that's without you doing anything. Think about that. If you were saving $10,000 a year before, now you're still contributing $10,000, but your money is adding $7,000 on its own. That means your money is now doing 70% of the work. It shows up every day. No complaints, no burnout, no excuses. Even when you're tired, even when you're distracted, even when you're doing nothing, your money is still working. This is where things get dangerous, because hitting $100,000 feels like success, and that's where the trap begins. There's something called the arrival fallacy. It's the illusion that reaching a goal will bring lasting satisfaction. So what happens? You relax. You loosen the system. You upgrade your lifestyle. Maybe it's a better car, a nicer apartment, more you deserve it decisions. And slowly, you break the very momentum that was about to change your life. Right when the boulder reaches the top, you stop pushing. Let's go back to that parking lot. Let's call him Marcus. Marcus started investing at 24. Nothing crazy, just consistent. He followed one rule, the 20% rule. No matter what he earned, he saved and invested at least 20%. Not perfectly, not aggressively, just consistently. Now compare him to Jaime. Same salary, same opportunities, but Jaime cashed out his retirement once, took on car payments, let lifestyle grow faster than income. At 35, Marcus hits $100,000. Jaime doesn't. And from that moment on, they are no longer on the same timeline, not because Marcus is smarter, but because Marcus crossed the inflection point. He's now playing a different game. Here's what most people miss. Wealth doesn't come from brilliance. It doesn't come from one lucky break. It comes from something much less exciting. Boring behavior repeated long enough. saving regularly, investing consistently, ignoring noise. At first, it feels like nothing is happening, but past $100,000, that same boring behavior becomes extraordinary because now it's amplified by compounding. Something else changes too, your mindset. When your money starts working harder than you do, you gain something powerful: wealth immunity. You see a $70,000 truck drive by, and instead of wanting it, you see what it really costs. Not just money, but lost momentum, lost compounding, lost time. And suddenly, you don't want the thing anymore because your money has a better job to do. So let's go back to that number, $100,000. It's not magic. It won't change your life overnight, but it changes something deeper. It changes the direction of your life. Before 100K, you carry the system. After 100K, the system starts carrying you. It's no longer about effort alone. Now it's about momentum. That moment in the parking lot, that quiet pause, that's not confusion. That's realization. You've just built the engine. And now you don't need to push harder. You just need to get out of the way and let the math run. So here's what I want you to do. Not next year, not someday, this week. Calculate your freedom horizon. How many days could you survive without a paycheck? And then commit to one boring habit. Automate your savings, increase your investment rate, cut one unnecessary expense, or finally start investing. Because the goal isn't just $100,000. The goal is reaching the point where money starts working harder than you do. And once you cross that line, wealth stops being a question and starts becoming a process.